Hey guys, so I had a request to do a caged pendant tutorial. What you'll need is some 22 gauge wire. Definitely grab a ruler. For your piece, you can use a raw stone. I do recommend starting out with a raw piece because the wire will have more edges to grab onto. You'll need some flush cutters, some round nose pliers or 6-step looping pliers for the bail, and just some flat nose pliers for tidying up your ends. I just want to thank you guys so much for subscribing to my channel. If you could please give this video a like or a share, I would greatly appreciate that. So we're going to start with the 22 gauge wire. I am using bare copper, and you want to cut 2 pieces that are about 1 foot long. So there's my one piece. And my second piece. Okay. So another thing you want to do is smoothen out your wire and get out the kinks and bends in it. You can use your fingers. You can use the handle of your pliers and just pinch the wire in between your thumb and your pliers like that. You don't have to think of it as your wire needs to be paper edge straight. It just needs to be smooth. Nice and smooth. If you're new to me, my name is Bailey. I have been wire wrapping for about 10 years and I absolutely love it. I do many different things, but wire wrapping is my love. It was my first love as far as creating. And if you guys happen to enjoy this video, let me know. Okay, so with this, you have your 2 pieces. I'm going to move the ruler. Determine where the center is. So when I say that, whatever you're wrapping, some part of the bottom of it is going to hang through down at the bottom, and there's going to be 2 twisted sections on each side. So I'm just going to note this for depth. If you find your center and you start twisting in the center, you're going to twist about here, and then you're going to have to put your stone here and then twist here. So you'll run out of wire on this side. So you want to find your center and kind of visualize like, okay, there needs to be some twisting up the side. So where my left hand is, I'm going to start right about here and twist this little section. Now, when you're twisting, I'm using bare copper and it tarnishes naturally, so that's what the black lines on my fingers are. So when twisting, this is really important because this can be tricky. What I'll do is I'll separate the 2 base wires, and I found it's easiest for me to have the wire on the bottom on top of the wire up here, because I'm comfortable twisting away from me. Everybody's different. What you want to do is pinch here and make an X. Now this is really important. If you're finding that when you're twisting, only one wire is wrapping around the other one, that means one of your wires is sitting up too high and only one of them is doing the twisting. So basically you're coiling. So you really want to pay attention to having this X right here. And then what you're going to do is you're going to pinch right at that X and just twist. And you're going to feel it. You're going to feel the twist in between your fingers. And you want it to feel the same every time you twist. You can count your twists if you want. You can measure as you're twisting. If your wires are moving, try to get them back into an X formation. So this is where we're at right now. That's a really nice twist. That's what you want. So then what we're going to do, it helps if you straighten these out straight across from each other. See, I'm pushing the stone in that apex right there, right at the end of the twist. And I'm bending the wire over across the front of it. And I'm going to do the same on the back. And pay attention to my hand movements. So now we're going to get ready to twist the other side. And you can take your stone out and then twist, whatever works for you. Everybody's different. I like to keep the stone in place if I can. Personally, I have a really hard time wrapping chunky tumbled stones, but I always make it work. And that's because your chunky tumbled stones have rounded edges, so it's hard to get the wire to grab onto any edges. So this is what we have right now. Then what you're going to do is bend the wire up. You're going to bend your twists up both sides. And what helps me is I'll hold at the end of the twist to kind of hold everything in place. Then you're going to take one wire from one side, kind of line it up with where your bail is going to sit. I'm going to take the wire from the other side, and I actually want this one on top because that's what I am comfortable doing. And now we've made an X right here. You want to twist, do at least 2 or 3, because now we're going to flip. You can move the wires out of your way. We're going to flip to the back side. So one wire across from one side, another wire across to the other side, and twist. Then you're going to flip it back to the front. Do a little bit more twisting up here. So now the piece is nice and caged, and you can do as much caging as you need to do. It's really fun on more elongated stones because you can do like 4 sections of this caging. So the next thing is, what you want to do is grab both wires from each side and kind of get them pushed onto the top center of your piece. You want the back wires to be top center. The front wires, we're going to take both of them, straighten these 2 out, take your front wires, and you're going to coil those around. Now, this is important too. You don't want to twist these. When you're coiling, you want to focus on only just getting these 2 around this wire. You don't want to grab everything and twist it together. Just focus on wrapping those 2. And make sure it's nice and tight. What I'm doing is using my index finger for leverage to push against these 2, but not so hard that they bend. And I'm pulling around these 2 to get that nice tight wrap. And my finger is just sliding up here. Okay. So this is where we are at so far. So then what we're going to do is flush cut off those. And when you cut, give yourself just enough pokey so you can tuck it around to the back side the best you can. Now there's 2 options here. You can start making your bail here and have like a double loop bail. I think for this pendant, I am going to twist. I'm going to have a twisted bail. So what you want to do is separate the 2 wires. Make sure you have that X. And just twist about 2 inches of twisting if you can. And now be careful with this, because with dead soft wire, if you twist too much, it can break on you. So just be mindful of what you're doing. So now this is what we have. So for the bail, you want to take this and bring it forward to the front at a 45-degree angle. And then you're going to grab your round nose pliers or 6-step. If you look, this mandrel is the one I'm going to use, and it is straight and center with the stone. And that's because I compensated with this 45-degree angle. So I'm going to bring this over to the back, off to the side, and out to the front. Now I have to rotate my pliers because this section is in the way. So I'm going to rotate. And we're going to take this and we're going to wrap the loop. And there are so many different ways to do wrapped loops. But whatever, I mean, everybody has their own unique, different way of doing things. Okay, so now we have a bail. And you can always tidy it up, move it a little bit. Whenever you're holding wire too, I want to point out you don't have to hold it so hard because you can squish through it. So now what I'm going to do is make a cute little swoopy-doo with the end here. And I'm using my round nose and I'm making sure the end of this wire is touching itself, because you don't want that pokey sticking out. And I'm going to do the same on the other side. Whenever I do little swirlies like this, I always leave about a 1/2 inch of wire to twirl with. Okay, then I'm going to take my tweezer nose pliers and make those a little bit more flush. Now, in some cases, if you're not happy, if your cage is loose, you can. And when I say do this with caution, really do it with caution. Take your round nose pliers. This is how you can tighten up your cage. Really be mindful, take it slow, because you can slip and it's not fun to slip. And what I'm doing is I'm putting one mandrel on one side of the wire, the other one is going on the opposite side, and I'm just creating a twist. And just be very gentle about it. And then I'm going to do the same. See? I'm going to do the same on the back side. See, I'm slipping. Be very, very careful. Okay. So that is how you do a caged pendant. And it looks good. These little bends and things add so much character. So I hope you guys very much enjoyed that. Please drop a comment if you'd like. Let me know what you thought. Feel free to check out my website, wireweeduniques.com. Please like this video, share it if you enjoyed it. If you're new to me, please subscribe to my channel. I greatly appreciate all of you guys so much for supporting my channel. It truly means a lot. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.